Okay. All right. In an effort to, I don't know, fight the quarantine or whatever, Lauren and I are going to do a list every night about things we like. And so tonight,
Things we like. That's very broad.
it is very broad. It's very broad indeed. Every night we're going to do a top 5 or maybe a top 10 list. And so tonight we are doing a top 5 list of our favorite amusement parks.
Amusement park's not a theme park.
What's the difference?
Amusement park is like Cedar Point, like all that kind of stuff. A theme park is like Universal, Disney, Busch Gardens, things like that.
Okay, just because in my list I put theme parks. Okay.
Huh?
It's going to be theme park.
Okay.
Because we already made our list.
Yeah.
We already made our list. It's no secret if you're watching this, you know Lauren and I are Disney nerds. We love Disney. I'm wearing a Disney hat. But I thought it would be fun to throw in a 5th kind of to figure out where we were at. Just because Disney only had, we've only ever been to Disney World. I mean, I went to Disneyland when I was a very little baby, so that doesn't really count. And we've got plans to go in a couple of years, but yeah. So there's that. So number 5. What's your number 5?
My number 5.
Yeah.
Is Universal Studios.
Which one? The studios.
Universal Studios.
Okay. Why is that your number 5?
Well, we haven't been in about 10 years. And we went before Harry Potter opened. And so...
No, we did not go before Harry Potter opened.
We technically did.
Technically, we went before Harry Potter opened. Tell them about that.
So we went... we decided we were going to go park hop between Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. And we were over at Islands of Adventure. And we knew that...
It was opening that weekend.
Yeah. And
it was opening that weekend.
It was opening that weekend, and apparently they were doing cast previews, and you could hear like them riding rides.
You could hear the cheers of the people, and it broke my heart. It broke my heart that I was that close.
You could see the Hogwarts Castle.
I could see Hogwarts Castle. It crushed me.
But I am not a big thrill ride person. So that's why Universal Studios edges over Islands of Adventure for me. Also, I have more memories of being at Universal Studios while I was in high school and middle school. If you lived in Florida and you went to a church that was within a decent driving area, usually every fall they had a called Rock the Universe, and it still happens, but it's in the spring now. But they have bands that come, Christian music artists that come, and you get in a ticket and you can ride rides if you want. You can listen to the concerts if you wanted to. You can do both. And so I would spend a decent amount of time every year doing that. Plus, at that point, they still had Jaws, they still had Back to the Future, and all the rides that aren't there anymore.
And I guess they don't have that anymore because we haven't been in forever.
No, they don't have those anymore. But they still have Men in Black, and I do like Men in Black. But yeah, I have more sentimental reasons why it would be up there.
My number 5 is Epcot, and that might catch a lot of people by surprise. I love the Disney parks. I love Epcot. But the past couple times I've gone, it was really awesome the first time. And this might be my fault, though, our fault. Because I feel like every time we go to Epcot recently, it's just been packed. It's just been busy. And
We
so
go during a festival.
we do always go during a festival, so that kind of does it too. So yeah, so that's why it's number 5. I love it. It's awesome, and it's going to be even awesomer once Ratatouille opens. And I can't wait to ride that.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And I think that's part of it. It's just there's nothing I like I love thrill rides. I like all rides, and it's just not. It's just it doesn't have it right now. So Epcot is my number 5. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Animal Kingdom. There's like a jump between 4 and 5 to me. Although again, it's been 10 years since I've been to Universal. So, but Animal Kingdom, I do like it a lot. I like it's very relaxing. So it's nice to just walk around. The food's great. You got great food there. But again, kind of with the thrill rides, like the big one is Everest, and I don't do like large roller coasters.
She doesn't do medium roller coasters.
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right, fine.
So that I'm kind of like take it or leave it as far as that goes. And I never went. The other parks I went to when I was a kid, I just never went to Animal Kingdom. The first time I went to Animal Kingdom was when we all went as a family 4 years ago. So I don't have a big connection with it. And yeah, that's pretty much why I would still, somebody paid me to go to a park, I would still happily go to Animal Kingdom. It's not that I wouldn't want to go, it's not up there.
Animal Kingdom is my number 4 too. Similar reasons. I like the rides. It's always very hot, so that's why it's not. I think that's one reason why it's not higher on my list. I just go there and I'm a big boy and I sweat, and it's Florida, so you sweat anyways. But I don't know why it's always very hot. There's certain parts of the park that I'm like meh about. Dino Land is just very. I like Dinosaur. It's a fun ride, but it's just kind of everything else kind of feels like a circus because it is a circus. But I like Pandora, but it's always very crowded. So yeah, so it's number 4. Now keep in mind, I don't know how many you've been to, but I've been to a lot of theme parks and amusement parks in my life. And so these are still very good theme parks. I'm not knocking anything on my list. I'm not knocking at all. It's just, if we're going to do a list, we've got to be able to rank them. And so this is my ranking. So, yeah, we like lists, so we're going to make a list. So Animal Kingdom is both of our number 4.
Yep.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Epcot. I love World Showcase. If Epcot was just World Showcase, I think it would probably be higher for me, because I love World Showcase.
Oh, you don't like Futureland at all?
No, Future World.
Future World.
But
you're saying if Future World wasn't on it, it'd actually rank it higher.
I don't know. I think it also just has to do with that there's a lot of construction going on right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to look completely different in the next few years. But I think what I meant by World Showcase is that a lot of my memories regarding Epcot are entering into World Showcase or spending time in World Showcase. Because I like history and geography and stuff like that. I like learning about cultures and different architecture and stuff like that. And
Lauren doesn't feel a need to travel the world.
I just go to Epcot.
She can just go to Epcot.
She passports
No,
Epcot.
I don't need to go to China. I've got Epcot.
And plus I do like that Frozen ride. It's cute. But no, they've got good rides. I think it's for right now, they've got good thrill rides without it being overly...
I don't think they have a thrill ride.
Well, thrilling in the sense of it, like...
It's not just a classic dark ride.
No, it's not classic dark ride, but it's not like the big roller coasters.
Yeah.
You've got some where you can...
Test
track it, you can... Yeah. You scream because it's fast, but... yeah, I like that. I love Flower and Garden Festival. It's even though it is busy, it's very pretty.
It is very pretty.
And you got good food and Violet Lemonade, which I'm not bitter that I didn't have any last
She
time.
wasn't able to get any last time.
But yeah, I like also Epcot in a way. To me, it's different now because of construction, but it's relaxing to me also. I like the fact that I just kind of walk around and take my time, and there's still enough to see and just relax. Plus, I like that area between that and Hollywood Studios. I like that little area, Crescent Lake. So
yeah, I do too. I like the Crescent Lake area, but that's a resort list.
Yeah.
So we'll do that another time. My number 3. This is my non-Disney park. My number 3 is Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
Oh.
Yeah. Now it's been years since I've been there. Many of you know that my dad was a career Marine, and we were stationed in Camp Lejeune. So we had family in Southeast Virginia that we would go and visit. That was just around the corner from Williamsburg, and we would go. I don't know. As a child, your memory's kind of weird. Maybe every other year we would go to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and I just remember it was the old, what do they call it? The Old Kingdom or something like that, the Old World, where it's like classical Europe. You had Germany and England and Ireland and different parts, and I loved that. Even as a child, I loved that aesthetic. And then the rides. I remember my very first roller coaster was the Loch Ness Monster. And the last time I rode it, and I don't remember when that was, but it was jerky. It was jerky on my body, on my aging body. I don't pretend to be older than I am, but it hurt my back a little bit. But I've got a lot of nostalgia in that park. I got a lot of memories, and if I recall correctly, the rides are really good. I don't know if it's changed over the years, but that's my non-Disney park number 3. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. So, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Hollywood Studios. I still think of it as MGM back in the day. But that would have been would have been lower on the list until recently, just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
When we went, they've added a lot. And for a while they were doing a lot of construction, and it would have
gone down on the list.
Yeah, it was a very short
half-day park.
Yeah, there wasn't. I mean, there were still fun things to do, but there was just a lot going on that.
Yeah.
But I grew up on Star Wars, and that place is crazy. Galaxy's Edge is crazy. Both Rise of Resistance and Smuggler's Run are very good.
Yes.
And the whole Galaxy's Edge area is really fun.
It is.
I also absolutely love Toy Story. It's my favorite Pixar movie. That's another list. And so Andy's Backyard is just so much fun. The rides are great, and it reminds me of it's like childhood just exploding in my face. And then that new Mickey ride is very, very cool. It's a really fun ride. Yeah, and plus it's a different kind of feel, because when you go into more classic Hollywood Studios area, well, I don't like Ride Tower Terror or anything like that. It's
Sunset Boulevard area.
Like Sunset Boulevard or Hollywood Boulevard, when you come in, it's just really cool. It's a really fun experience. The music's fun. They've got streetmosphere, so they got people like just all around and performing, and it's a lot of fun. And I think we've got some fun memories there, like when Ben was little.
Yeah.
We had some really fun interaction with cast members,
yeah.
And so yeah, that's number 2.
So my number 2 is the Magic Kingdom.
That's the wrong answer.
It's not the wrong answer, and I told you that when we were at the park. I love the Magic Kingdom, and to be quite honest, these probably could move. So that means my number 1 is obviously Hollywood Studios, but Magic Kingdom is legendary. That castle, when you turn right there on Main Street, USA, always hits you in the feels. We have a pattern, and when we go to the park, we always go right, go into future Tomorrowland, and get our Mickey bar after Ben and I ride Space Mountain. So So yes, I love it, and so it is a close number two. But um, I mean, you just can't compete with it. You just, well, I guess you can because Hollywood Studios does on my list. So I'll go ahead and talk about my number one, and then you can talk about Magic Kingdom. But Hollywood Studios, what they've done with Galaxy's Edge and Andy's Backyard, and what they've always had in Sunset Boulevard, it's just awesome. You could spend all day there and just eat it all up. I could spend. I'm a Star Wars nerd, and Um, I'm not going overboard. You could spend all day in Galaxy's Edge. You could spend all day there between the shops and the experiences and interacting with the food, interacting with the cast members. You know, they've got Chewbacca walking around. They've got the spy. I didn't catch her name, but the spy.
Ray walks around.
Ray walks around. Kylo Ren and the stormtroopers walk around. I mean, you could take pictures of all the spaceships.
Build
there,
lightsabers.
build a lightsaber. I mean, you could spend all day just in Galaxy's Edge, so that's awesome. And now Hollywood Studios, in having Mickey's Runaway Railway, they now have a signature Mickey Mouse ride. He's never had a ride before. He's never had his own experience apart from a meet and greet. And now he has it, and I just think about what Walt Disney said. Let us know. I hope we never forget that this all started with a mouse. So Mickey deserves a ride. I think he deserves a ride, and he has a great ride. And then Andy's Backyard. Lauren already talked about that. That's a cool experience. And then Sunset Boulevard. I mean, it's just, the whole park is just really top-notch now. And it jumped quickly because I'm not even sure, if I'm honest, that when they had everything shut down and then they did away with the Great Movie Ride, I'm not sure that this park would even be on my top 5 list. I mean, it was bad. It was
not bad.
It wasn't bad, but I mean, what are you going there for? I mean, Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster, and then you leave. You know, there's really nothing. I mean, Star Tours. I mean, it's not. Star Tours isn't.
You stay for Muppets.
You stay for Muppets. Yeah, we're the only one who stay for Muppets. So that's my number one. Go ahead.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom. Wrong answer. Magic Kingdom, I have incredible nostalgia for Magic Kingdom. Growing up, when I was very, very little, my parents, we lived in Virginia, and we would go down to Florida for Christmas because my grandparents lived there. And so one of them lived in Leesburg, which is about an hour outside of Orlando. Others grandparents lived in Bradenton, south of Tampa. But we would start off in Leesburg, and we would take a day right around Christmas time, like usually the day before, like usually the day after Christmas or something like that. We would go spend time at Magic Kingdom. And so I had that. So I had like little memories plus my parents, plus like home videos, just like looking at stuff. But I can remember at that time there was Mickey's Toontown, and at that time I remember having a Mickey bar. I'm 4 years old, having a Mickey bar, sitting down and eating it. So I remember that. And then growing up, like when I was a teenager, I would go and, you know, spend time there and I have very strong memories of riding Pirates when I was a teenager. Pirates is my favorite. I love the movies, and then riding the rides, just, I loved it. And then, so I already had all these memories, and then we went after, like a couple weeks after we got married, and we went for a day. Just, I mean, it wasn't even a full day, we just went for a little bit of time and just taking that all in around Christmas. And it's that park at Christmas is just, it's amazing. And then making memories with the kids. Oh, hold on. And making memories with the kids. And so it's sweet. Oh, yes. And this is like one of our first, the frame and picture from when right after we got married. That's on the Magic Carpet Rides of Aladdin. It's not a special ride. It's really not. It's very basic.
It's not. It's not a special ride at all.
But that's something we have to do every time we go to Magic Kingdom. We have to ride that. And then like I said, the castle never gets old. And then watching fireworks at the castle at night. Forget it, I'm done.
Maybe it's my number one.
Huh?
I said maybe it's my number one.
Right. Tinkerbell and the castle and fireworks is just that's enough.
So yeah.
But it's just it's classic. It's just to me it just doesn't get any better than that.
So what's your top 5?
So it's Universal Studios, Orlando, and then Animal Kingdom, and Epcot, then Hollywood Studios, and then Magic Kingdom.
And my top 5 is Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. So do us a favor. If you like this at all, click the like button. Comment below what lists you'd like us to do. Anything fun. So what's fun? Movies, rides, foods at Disney parks. What else? Restaurants. What else is fun?
What else is fun?
I don't know. No, not just Disney. But I mean, we're Disney people, so that's probably going to be a good chunk of what we're going to do over this next however long. But anything fun. We like sports. Lauren likes most sports. Football, college football, and professional football. So so comment below, hit the like button if you like this, and we'll keep doing it. So, all right. Thanks for watching.